As a private contractor, you're possessing a unique set of skills.
You said it was clear.
I said the front was clear.
Front, back, right, wrong. Anyway, shall we?
Greg Simmons.
It's a billionaire arms dealer.
Operation Fortune. Ruse de Guerre is a slick, fast-talking espionage action comedy that leans heavily into style, banter, and globe-trotting intrigue rather than gritty realism. Directed by Ritchie, the film carries his familiar signature of sharp dialogue, dry humor, and confident pacing, blending classic spy movie elements with a modern, self-aware tone. The story revolves around high-stakes international espionage, where secrets are as valuable as weapons and trust is a luxury no one can afford. From its opening moments, the film establishes a world of covert operations, elite intelligence units, and shadowy arms dealers operating behind polished smiles and expensive suits. At the center of the film is Orson Fortune, a highly skilled intelligence operative portrayed by Jason Statham. Fortune is calm, calculated, and unapologetically professional, embodying the archetype of the modern action spy who prefers precision over chaos. He is not driven by ideology or patriotism as much as by efficiency and personal codes of conduct. His reputation precedes him, and he is known for completing missions others would consider impossible. This time, however, the mission is not straightforward brute force or tactical infiltration. It requires deception, performance, and manipulation on a global scale. The core conflict of the film is triggered by the theft of a powerful and dangerous piece of technology, one that could destabilize international security if sold to the wrong buyers. This stolen asset becomes the film's central MacGuffin, driving the plot forward as various factions attempt to control it. Governments are alarmed, intelligence agencies scramble for answers, and the black market buzzes with interest. The urgency of the situation forces the formation of a specialized team tasked with recovering the technology before it can be auctioned off to the highest bidder. Orson Fortune is assigned to lead this elite team, but he is far from alone. The operation brings together a diverse group of specialists, each chosen for their unique skills and unconventional approaches. Among them is Sarah Fidel, played by Aubrey Plaza, whose sharp intelligence and unpredictable personality add a layer of tension and humor to the group dynamic. Sarah is not the typical field agent. She thrives on psychological games, improvisation, and pushing boundaries, often clashing with Fortune's more disciplined style. Their interactions create a constant push and pull, blending distrust, reluctant respect, and biting sarcasm. Another key member of the team is Danny Francesco, portrayed by Josh Hartnett, a Hollywood movie star who becomes an unexpected but essential asset to the mission. Danny's celebrity status is not a liability but a strategic advantage, as the operation requires the team to infiltrate the lavish world of billionaires, arms dealers, and global elites. His public image grants access to exclusive events and private circles that traditional spies could never enter. Danny's involvement introduces a meta layer to the story, blurring the lines between acting and espionage, performance and reality. Hugh Grant delivers a standout performance as Greg Simmons, a wealthy and eccentric arms dealer who operates with charm, arrogance, and a carefully cultivated public persona. Simmons is not a cartoon villain. He is intelligent, calculating, and acutely aware of his own power. He enjoys the game of negotiation and manipulation, treating global security as a business opportunity rather than a moral issue. His interactions with the team are filled with verbal sparring, subtle threats, and layered deception, making him a compelling antagonist whose presence elevates every scene he appears in. Cary Elwes appears as Nathan Jasmine, a high-ranking government official who oversees the operation from a distance. Nathan represents the bureaucratic and political side of intelligence work, constantly balancing plausible deniability with the urgent need for results. His role highlights the reality that even the most dangerous missions are often controlled by people far removed from the action, making decisions based on strategy, optics, and consequences rather than immediate danger. His exchanges with Fortune reflect the tension between field operatives and the institutions that deploy them. Bugsy Malone plays J.J. Davies, the team's tech and logistics expert responsible for surveillance, digital manipulation, and operational support. J.J.'s role underscores the importance of technology in modern espionage, where information warfare is just as critical as physical combat. His calm confidence and technical mastery provide the backbone of the operation, allowing the team to stay one step ahead of their enemies. While he operates mostly behind the scenes, his contributions are essential to the mission's success. The plot unfolds across multiple international locations, each chosen not just for visual appeal, but for narrative purpose. Luxury villas, private jets, high-end hotels, and exclusive parties serve as backdrops for espionage activities disguised as social engagements. The film frequently contrasts opulence with danger, showing how global threats are often hidden behind glamorous facades. These settings reinforce the idea that power and corruption often reside in places of extreme wealth and privilege. As the mission progresses, the team employs a strategy that relies heavily on misdirection and performance. Rather than storming buildings or engaging in prolonged shootouts, they manipulate perceptions, plant false narratives, and exploit personal weaknesses. Danny Francesco's celebrity becomes a central tool in drawing Greg Simmons into a carefully constructed trap where admiration, ego, and trust are weaponized. The film repeatedly emphasizes that in this world, the smartest move is often making the enemy believe they are in control. Action sequences are present but used selectively, favoring impact over excess. When violence erupts, it is swift and decisive, reinforcing Fortune's efficiency and professionalism. The choreography is clean and purposeful, avoiding unnecessary spectacle while maintaining tension. These moments are balanced with humor, often arising from character interactions rather than slapstick, keeping the tone light without undermining the stakes. One of the defining features of the film is its dialogue. Conversations are sharp, witty, and layered with subtext, often serving as battles of intellect rather than exchanges of information. Characters rarely say exactly what they mean, and trust is constantly tested. This approach aligns with the film's thematic focus on deception, where words are just another tool to be manipulated. The humor is dry and self-aware, frequently poking fun at spy movie cliches, while still embracing them. The relationship dynamics within the team evolve over the course of the story. Initial skepticism and friction gradually give way to mutual reliance as the mission grows more complex. Fortune's controlled demeanor is challenged by Sarah's unpredictability and Danny's performative charm, forcing him to adapt his leadership style. This evolution adds emotional texture to the narrative, preventing the characters from feeling like static archetypes. Greg Simmons' role as the antagonist is particularly effective because he mirrors the protagonists in unexpected ways. Like Fortune, he is intelligent and methodical, but his motivations are purely self-serving. His wealth shields him from consequences, allowing him to operate in moral gray areas without accountability. The film subtly critiques this imbalance of power, suggesting that the greatest threats often come not from ideological extremists, but from those who view global instability as a profitable opportunity. As the operation nears its climax, layers of deception begin to unravel. Alliances are tested, plans are exposed, and the true extent of the manipulation becomes clear. The film maintains suspense by constantly shifting perspectives, revealing new information at strategic moments. Rather than relying on a single twist, it builds a chain of revelations that recontextualize earlier events, rewarding attentive viewers. The final act brings the various narrative threads together, combining strategy, performance, and action into a cohesive resolution. The outcome of the mission reinforces the film's central message that intelligence and adaptability are more valuable than brute force. Victory is achieved not through overwhelming power, but through understanding human behavior, exploiting expectations, and staying several steps ahead of the opposition. From a tonal perspective, Operation Fortune balances seriousness and entertainment with confidence. It never takes itself too seriously, yet it respects its own stakes. The humor enhances rather than undermines the narrative, and the action supports the story rather than dominating it. This balance makes the film accessible to both fans of traditional spy thrillers and viewers looking for a more relaxed, character-driven experience. The performances contribute significantly to the film's effectiveness. Jason Statham delivers a restrained and charismatic portrayal, showing control and subtle humor rather than constant intensity. Aubrey Plaza brings unpredictability and sharp wit, standing out as a character who refuses to be boxed into expectations. Josh Hartnett adds an unexpected layer of charm and self-parody, while Hugh Grant's performance is deliberately exaggerated yet grounded, making his character both entertaining and unsettling. In terms of release, the film arrived in theaters on March 3, 2023, positioning itself as a stylish alternative to heavier action releases. Its theatrical presence emphasized its visual polish, international scale, and ensemble cast, appealing to audiences who appreciate slick production values and confident storytelling. The marketing highlighted its star power and Guy Ritchie's recognizable style, setting expectations for a fast-paced, dialogue-driven spy adventure. Overall, Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre stands as a modern espionage film that prioritizes intelligence, humor, and style. It embraces the fantasy of spy cinema while grounding its story in character interactions and strategic thinking. Rather than reinventing the genre, it refines familiar elements, delivering a polished and entertaining experience that thrives on chemistry, cleverness, and controlled chaos.